Oh, oh no.
Hold on, where is it?
You're gonna
I
talk
guess let's
about
start with
Miami.
this. Huh?
You're gonna talk about Miami.
Yeah,
We
I
have
wanted
something
to
to
talk
discuss
about
here.
this for a second because it's the big news. We're only 12 days into fucking January. We're only 12 days into January of 2024, and already so much crazy shit has happened. And so I wanted to talk about this whole Miami incident, and I'm sure a lot of people already know about this by now, but I just want to cover it super quick. So I got a couple different things. So obviously, if you go to any fucking news channel, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, no, there's no aliens. It was just the government. It was just 4 teenagers." But as you're gonna see, because that's the official story they're using, are that 4 teenagers were fighting each other with sticks, and one of them maybe threw something, right? But look at the screenshot here. Is the entire Miami Police Department going to come out to the mall, close the airspace, shut off not cellular, but I think like all radio transmissions, and shut off the airspace above it, all for 4 teenagers bugging out in a mall? That seems needlessly excessive for that. Okay, like I don't like the excuse is not lining up. Now, if they said, "Oh, there's an active shooters type situation going on in the mall," then maybe I could believe that. If like some pissed off guy with like an AK going nuts, maybe I could believe that. But they don't have any evidence of that happening either. But obviously, you're gonna go. So like, I'm starting with the media debunking it.
About an alien, potentially. Miami police clearing up some conspiracy.
And we're all so like, oh my gosh, it's an alien. Of course it is. Sure, alien. So quick to debunk it, right?
Theories about a recent invasion. On New Year's Day, a large police presence was caught on video surrounding a mall in Miami. Perhaps you saw this. A video posted online claiming it was due to an alien sighting in that area. So what really happened?
Look at that police presence.
That's like I think someone said it was like the entire Miami Police Department was here. So like, regardless of what reason they're all drawn here, like, what was like anyone else in any other part of Miami free to like do all the crime they want because all the police are actually over here at the time? Like, think of all the shit you could actually get away with just because all the police are over here dealing with 4 teenagers with sticks, and you need a whole ass department of the entire department.
A fight? Come on.
Police say a group of 50 teenagers started a fight after setting off fireworks, looting. The alien, in air quotes, in the video was really just a tall person walking.
It was not. Who said that? Where'd that come from?
According to police reports.
Police did not say the alien was just a tall person.
Well, I said the tall part. The alien,
No,
they said it was just a person walking.
A 9-foot person?
Well, this does remind me of other stories where you guys have believed that. Remember that story? Was it Vegas where the aliens were in the backyard and then they got.
What happened to that cell phone video?
Gone.
Right.
No video of it.
Gone.
And these.
Because it probably got
the Vegas
confiscated.
story was that these 10-foot creatures then got
8,
into
9, or 10-foot like human-like creature.
Yeah, 8, 9, or 10, and then they got into some SUVs.
They took the top off
Some
the Jeep.
black SUVs and drove off.
But now, how'd they fit in there?
They took the top off the Jeep. That's why I said that in advance, because I knew you were going to try
off.
to. Yep, you got to take the top off.
Yeah. Or maybe it was like an extended G-Wagon or something. Okay. So what do you guys think happened here?
A couple things. With this alien situation, it is interesting that they are all tall. So we need to start considering that now in terms of our knowledge of aliens and when they come.
So,
You're a short bitch.
5'6" in your earthly body, because we know there's some things we question about Lady Centofanti. But it is interesting
Question
now
about
that
what?
the news that does come out about aliens, just in case we thought they were little tiny green men, these are some tall bad boys. So we might want to
Maybe
think
it's
about
almost like there's different types of alien species or something, not just all one
what
race.
our approach would be if something was to happen. Sir, I yield to you.
Now, am I supposed to give my opinion based on Ryan or Monty the person,
Here we go.
or through a
All right, that's enough of
filtered
that.
lens?
I think this shows some of the clips. Supposedly there was like captured like some tall looking beings on camera.
Yeah, but that's not a being there.
I don't know what that is, if that's just a thing. I know a lot of people, like there's actual like interviews with people that were actually there that are obviously claiming there is tall entities that were not human that was chasing up people or something. Being seen. But I don't think there's like, I haven't seen any super decent footage. Just this one that everyone's showing.
Like, that's just people walking by.
Like, it looks like it could just be multiple people next to each other, though.
Yeah, because a lot of people were saying that, oh, you know, the police didn't let anybody, like, near the area, but there were people walking by.
Right.
Just like the front of the
But
place.
what I'm not buying is the fact, I think something actually did happen, and the news is covering it up. Right? Now, I'm not saying 100%, oh, it was aliens, right? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that something more happened than just 4 teenagers shooting off fireworks and hitting people
It
with
wasn't just
sticks.
4, though.
They said it was just 4.
No,
or it's a
in
fight
the,
amongst some teenagers. Like, was a whole mob of them?
Yeah, so it was 50 teenagers that were lighting fireworks and looting in the mall.
Oh, I haven't heard about that. I heard it was only 4 is what they said.
The lady literally just said it in the news coverage.
Oh, did she?
She said 50 teenagers that were shooting fireworks and looting, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I must have blanked on that.
You were waiting for the footage.
Huh?
You were waiting for the footage.
Yeah.
I don't believe in what happened there, what people claim happened there. I think it was just
6'2"
kids being kids.
We noticed some weird. And so as we running, we look back and we noticed some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid shapes, not human. I promise you, these is not human. I mean, it made the hair stand up on my skin.
And it's not just this guy. Like, there is a lot of supposedly eyewitness accounts claiming they saw non-human entities in the mall.
Shit,
Yeah, but how many of them are real and how many of them aren't? Because a lot of people just want
what that
clout.
was. I can't say that was aliens.
Well, why would they have a
I can't
purpose
say
to
that
lie
shit
about
was
this?
human. It was not human, and they
Clout for the
online,
fame.
I don't know if they're trying to cover this stuff up, but they saying that it was police officers and somebody, not shadowy figures. It's 2024, man. It's something going on. There's something going on, and they trying to cover it up. A lot of people saw what I saw, and like I say, it was so much chaos ensued that it was just hard to let that sink in, that we was realizing what we looking at. I mean, it's something you can never even.
You couldn't have picked your camera out and took a picture of it?
Well, that's the thing. Why is there no footage of them actually seeing them inside?
I mean, I know the heat of the moment, and if you see something like that, you're gonna panic and freak the fuck out first of all. That's fight or flight,
Yeah,
but goddamn,
But
no one
every
could have
single
taken
person
like,
in there?
right.
And that's why I'm just... No.
Where was that kind of response when there were actual shooters going on? There wasn't that kind of freaking response, but there's some fight going on, so supposedly. One, I think 2 more. What? Oh, it's just that. No, I don't like that one. You want to hear a sassy black news lady talk about it?
Yeah. I really don't believe it. It's not going to change my mind on it.
Oh,
You
no.
want to hear a creepy story? Well, good. I got one for you. So
Why is she
on
dressed like a judge?
January 1st
I don't know. It's African Diaspora News Channel, apparently.
of this year, in Miami to be exact, at the Bayside Marketplace, there was a lot of things going on. Well, originally, it sounded like a group of teens got into some sort of an altercation. It sounds like maybe they set off some firecrackers in the mall, and people thought there was an active shooter, and so people were running all over the place trying to get out and get away and all kind of stuff. And they said that a bunch of police units were dispersed to the area, and some people said that it was like 100 of police officers were there to try to figure out what was going on. Okay, so it sounds like it was some teens. They said that 4 teens were arrested from the ages of 14 to 16 for their part.
Oh, so maybe only 4 were arrested, but it was more that was in the
Yeah,
fight or the riot?
yeah. The other one said 50 teenagers,
Okay,
and
so that's where I got the 4 from. Because in my head, I'm thinking, if only 4 teenagers are fighting each other with sticks and fireworks, like, that's not gonna bring out the entire Miami fucking police force to handle 4 fucking kids. You need, like, maybe 1 or 2 cops. You can handle that, you
no,
know?
but I think the reason that the entire force was there is because people mistook the fireworks for gunshots.
Oh, that could make more sense then too. Yeah, if it was actual gunshots going on, or if they thought it was gunshots going on,
Yeah,
they
'cause
thought it was an active shooter situation. Okay, that makes sense to them. Okay.
Part in the mayhem, if you will. But then there's some people who said, okay, yeah, there might have been some teens, being mischievous. However, on that same day, in that same place, we saw some things that were not considered to be human. Now I'm going to let y'all listen to a guy describe what was going on down there. Check it out.
They seen 8 to 10 foot creatures walking down Biscayne Boulevard and walking on Bayside. They said they didn't have no hands, they didn't have no feet, but they was just like, they weren't aggressive, they weren't trying to hurt nobody, kind of like looked like
How were they walking if they didn't
were,
have feet?
Teleporting and coming back quickly and shape-shifting, like and not in like a it's crazy. I can't even say not in a crazy way, but in such a superior way. Said they weren't scared of us at all. I don't know who you believe in, what entity, what higher power, but you need to start believing in something, Miami, because they here. I don't know what they want. They said people got to shooting at them, and they weren't scared of police or nothing.
So as you heard him say, people were saying that there were creatures that were around 8 feet tall or so, and they
Also,
didn't have
if there
any
was
hands.
actual
Sounds like
aliens,
maybe
how would they know that the police is the actual like authoritarian body?
Well, yeah. Why
that
would they be
go and
afraid
do
of the
that?
police if they're aliens? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, just some rednecks out shooting at us or something.
some people were trying to shoot at them, and the creatures were not afraid of the people. They were just kind of walking around doing their thing. Of course, there's some footage of whatever this thing may be walking around there in Miami. Now, some
I didn't even see
people
that one.
were speculating as to
Yeah, no, that's
whether it was a
CG.
government experiment gone wrong, whether they're really aliens,
Why
demons,
would
or
a lizard man
Nephilim.
be there?
Nephilim are considered to be the
Why did she
creation of
bring up the
humans
Nephilim?
and angels, or some
Because
sort
apparently
of a
people have said that
fallen
it's also
entity,
Because
Nephilim.
giants.
to say the
Giants?
least. And so the government and the authorities
The
there in Miami
government.
was like, nah, there was no aliens, no Nephilim or UFOs. Y'all tripping down there, right? That's what they're saying. They're saying, oh, this was all due to the teens.
I like this lady.
But as the guy said, y'all got all that manpower for some teens? Nah, what do you know that y'all don't want us to know? You know, right? Now, my personal assessment is this. I can understand if it was maybe, 1 or 2, even 3 people saying, nah, man, we seen some aliens running around here, some big giants with no hands. And I'd be like, okay, well, what was y'all smoking? Did y'all need to cut it in half next time? And that's what I would have been thinking. But it sounds like it was more than just a couple of people with these, eyewitness sightings of this entity that was considered to be
He's just jogging.
non-human. Now, let's go back to last year, where there were military veterans that testified before Congress to say, yeah, for decades, the United States government has hidden non-human being entities, whether it was aliens or whatever it was. They were not human, and they've known this for years. Now, of course, we know they've known it for years, but they have dismissed it as, oh, you guys didn't see anything. That light in the sky, was just a star or stuff, whatever it was. But we've heard a lot
Or
of
those
eyewitness
aliens that were in the
stories,
back of that
especially firsthand
LA
accounts of people
home
said,
that one time.
I was beamed up, and it wasn't Scotty. It was somebody else, right? Like that movie back in the 80s, I think it was, called Fire in the Sky, where a man gave a first-hand account of them sucking him up into some spaceship, and they
Don't
did
say
all these
sucking him up.
experiments on him and stuff, and then they released him. back to Earth.
She's going on a
people
tangent.
didn't believe them and all that other stuff. And there's just a whole bunch of stuff. Now there's a place in Nevada called Area 51.
Oh my God, she's bringing Area 51 into it.
All these things. And when Hillary Clinton was running for president, she said, "Oh yeah, there's an Area 51." You know, so they kind of was starting to talk about, yeah, there's something esoteric going on behind those walls. And a few years back, there was supposed to be this movement of people. They're like, we're going to storm Area 51 and they're going to show us these aliens. We're going to demand to see what's behind there. Now, I don't know how far they got. It don't sound like anybody got behind those walls. But nevertheless, curiosity began to peak. Like, no,
there's
we know there's something going on. We know that the United States government there, but it's not like they actually went past the line. And they're hiding something from us. And so when we hear about stories about what happened in Miami at that mall, you cannot keep dismissing it as, you didn't see anything. Oh.
They're not saying you didn't see anything. They're just saying that you didn't see the thing that you think you saw.
Now, was there some teens acting up? Yeah, sure. But
like, see, they're panning, but like, where, like, show what they're running from.
You can't just dismiss that, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure in a couple of years or whatever, we'll hear about, those people, they really did see something. Now, is it aliens? I don't know. Is there something of more biblical proportions? Is this, the start of Revelations? It's been prophesied that all these things are supposed to be happening.
Oh, here we go.
Per the Bible. Are we starting to see that kind of stuff?
The end times are nigh.
Do we have things living amongst us and we just couldn't see them until now? Maybe they're like, hey, how y'all doing? We're just, going to the mall, go get a Gucci bag.
Why can't all my news be like this? I'm actually liking this more than normal news. Normal news people are just so, boring. They're just like, in other news today, she's over here. She's, having character. She's bringing it.
No.
I'm liking
We'll find out sooner or later, but I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all believe in other forces that are among us? Or do y'all think them people tripping? And tripping on some mean stuff? So anyway, y'all tell me what you're thinking. For more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetri K Show, here on YouTube. Peace.
Was it insightful?
I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it.
No, but was insightful the word to use there?
I don't know if it's the right word or not. I don't know.
I think it's funny that all these videos that have to do with aliens or cryptids or whatever that people claim to capture are always done on 2000 Nokia phones.
Yeah, it's
instead
tough.
of the HD cameras that we have nowadays on our own phones.
Yeah, it's a little sad when it's like, okay, well, we live in 2024. Most people have decent quality cameras in the phones, and they pull it out, and it's this, bro.
I know a lot of people will also claim that it's the creatures, the cryptids, the paranormal being or whatever is messing with your phone and making it, not work right. But no, I think it's just trash. It's not a real video. Yeah.
Now, I don't know about those last two clips where it looks like some creature on floors. I don't think that footage was real. But I do believe it's something more than just some teens in a fight. I don't think they would have pulled the entire... Now, like you said, it's possible, sure, that they mistook it for an active shooter situation. That's why the entire thing. But to discount, and it's not she also said, the lady said, it was more than just a couple people that were saying this. It was everyone was saying, had the same story, the same description of the same creatures. It wasn't all just people saying different things. And I've heard someone else mention something else where it's there's this girl on TikTok now. I don't know how much stock you put into people channeling beings or whatever, right? So I'm it's kind of iffy on that whole thing as it is. But supposedly it was more she was channeling one of her guides or some alien being that gives her information. And she asked him what the fuck was going on. And he was saying that apparently there are interdimensionary non-human entities that are always on Earth to observe only us. They don't interact with us, just meant to observe us, but we never see them, right? They're on a different plane of vision of some sort. Like normally we don't see them because we can only see so many spectrums of light or whatever. So, but now this is all obviously hearsay and taking this with a huge grain of salt because first off, she's channeling some Pleiadian alien being of some sort. So like that itself is just kind of sketchy. But it makes a little sense what she's saying in a little bit of a way, but I don't put a whole lot of stock into it. But she was saying that he told her that like basically like recently there was like this like solar flares from the sun reached Earth, hit the Earth, and that like raised like humanity's
vibration.
Their vibrations increased a bit because of the solar flares, and we're starting to see things we couldn't see before. And that's why, because like the beings still thought they were invisible to humans, and they don't have anything to really fear from humans anyway, because they're in such a totally different level. They don't have to worry about being shot or whatever. They probably would just phase right through them or whatever, you know, because they're like half in our world, half out of our world or whatever. So it's like, but supposedly like we were starting to see things we're not supposed to see now because our vibration increased, if temporarily at all, whatever. I don't know. But I thought that was an interesting explanation because I'm sure there are multiple, not just aliens from outer space, but from different dimensions that are watching us as as a human species that are all interesting us at this time and place in history. So I do believe that these people saw something. I don't know if it was an alien. I don't know if it was interdimensional beings of some sort. I don't think the police would have been called for a pack of rowdy kids, though. Like, yeah, the police would have been called and there would have been a couple cars, but not the entire fucking state of Miami or Florida police department. Like, the entire police department was fucking there. I'm like, even for an active shooter situation, I don't think they would have had that many cars. Like, you go and watch some other active shooter situations, I don't think they pull the entire apartment away from the rest of the city just to deal with that. I don't know. I'm kind of suspicious, and I'm not really believing. And I heard that it was only 4 people. I heard the 4 people, only 4 people were arrested, and assumed it was just 4 people. But I guess it was a lot more than 4 people, and just 4 people were arrested for starting it, which makes more sense too. But I just wanted to cover that really quick because I just thought that was really interesting, and especially since like we're only 12 days into 2024, right? We're only 12 days into fucking 2024 and we're getting like crazy shit going on. You had that going on, and then there was, oh god, there's something else that happened too recently in the news. But I don't remember what the hell it was.
Epstein documents were released.
Yeah, the Epstein list was released, and funny how no one's talking about that. Well, like the majority of our freaking politicians were there. Including Stephen Hawking apparently also was there. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know, it's all crazy. But I think that was basically all we had for today. We did our tier maker list. We rated all the cryptids we knew of. And we gave our believability on if which ones we think are exist and which ones don't. So if you disagree with us on the placement and ratings of any of these guys, or if you think any of these cryptids exist that we didn't think exist, please tell us why or your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll be back for another episode later on. Any parting words, Bear?
Nah.
You're very talkative today, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I did talk. I just didn't talk during the whole alien segment.
I know you're not a big alien believer.
No, I mean, I believe that there's alien life out there. I don't believe it's here.
Okay, fair enough. Now, okay, well, here's a question. Are you more likely to believe in ghosts and spirits existing here on Earth than aliens visiting here on Earth, or no?
No.
So if you had to pick one, Or which one's more likely to exist here on Earth? Aliens or ghosts?
Neither.
No, you got to pick one. Which one would you think?
I have to pick one.
Yeah, if you had to pick one that you believe is more likely to happen, an encounter with an alien being here on Earth or some kind of ghost or spirit.
Well, then it'd have to be the ghost because they've all well, if based on what people say, if they die in the area with whatever feelings, then they reside on Earth until somehow those feelings are uh
I mean, like a
resolved.
tragic ending of some sort, yeah.
Yeah, but like here's the thing. There's so many people that have lived on Earth already. Why is it that specific locations are the only ones that are haunted and not everything?
Do you want me to answer or because I
I'm
don't
just I'm just
know,
No,
but
I'm just saying, like putting that question out there, like, why is that? Why are there not more spirits, like being, quote unquote,
because I
uh,
would, in my personal belief, because like I do believe ghosts and spirits exist, but I don't think it's as common as everyone makes it out to be. Myself, and my personal belief is that the majority of human spirits actually do move on, and it's only spirits that linger that have unfinished business, right? And yeah, a lot of
mhm,
them probably have unfinished business, but I think the temptation to move on when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, that's really convincing to go into the tunnel. And some people think that's a whole soul trap, that's like traps you into the reincarnation cycle on Earth,
yeah,
and that like aliens or higher dimensional beings are stealing your life force by like keeping you trapped on Earth and in this 3D realm of kind of misery and like low density vibrations.
yeah,
But disregarding if it's a trap or not, a lot of people move on. So people that died like very brutal, hard ways and have unfinished business left behind, or they might be feel trapped in some way that they can't escape that area. But
mhm,
that's few and far between. It's not as common. So I think most people choose to actually move on. And so the only ones left that are still here that are hauntings or whatever are tied to a object or a person or a place. But it's not as common as you think because like obviously with all the people if there was no afterlife whatsoever and like all of the people that lived throughout all of history would be spirits lingering around. You'd be bumping into spirits left and right like crazy, right? But that's not the
right,
case. Like I feel most of them get reincarnated or go to the afterlife and then eventually get reincarnated or go to heaven or their version of heaven or whatever happens in the afterlife.
yeah,
But that's just my belief. But again, I don't think it's as common as everyone makes it out. It's like, oh, every abandoned house is haunted. Oh, this is like, I don't think about that. But who knows? But I guess we'll see everyone later. That's the wrap for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, Fresno Nightcrawler is the best boy. Number one, extreme cryptid. And we'll see you guys next time for a whole totally different episode. I don't know what it is about and be about yet, but we'll think about it. And just have a safe and happy next until we see you again. All right. Bye, everyone.
next,
Next
bye.
time. I don't know what to say. Like the next time we'll see you guys again because I don't want to promise it's going to be out at a certain time and then it not be out at a certain time. So it's like
Hmm.
till next episode. Be safe. Be proud. Stay curious. Bye.